Me and Tony Ayo had a whole back and forth about this, about how like when you think about all the best movies, a lot of them are like 90s, 80s.
Man, that's it.
Top 100 movies are going to be older movies. It's not going to be nothing new. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. 80s,
Yeah,
90s.
you're right. I think you actually have a point here. I'm looking at all these.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we talking about Eddie Murphy, Raw.
No, you're right. When you talk about those
any
movies.
Richard Pryor movie, any John Candy movie, Uncle Buck, I told you that's one of my favorites. Home Alone, 1, 2, and 3. What movies compared to now? The older movies are better.
Yeah.
Way better. And more classic and last forever.
Like, it's kind of hard. It's almost like
What?
something just kind of
Can't
got
forget
lost.
16 Candles. That's my shit. Weird Science.
48 Hours.
48 Hours. Oh my goodness.
Trading Places.
Trading Places.
Yeah, Eddie
Even
Murphy.
go back to even Chevy Chase era. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
Eddie Murphy kind of had a chokehold on the 80s and 90s. Like, everything he did was just like,
right.
you know, he had a few,
The Nutty Professor.
yeah, Nutty Professor, Money Talks.
Money Talks. Crazy. Yeah, let's go to Chris Tucker. Money Talk. Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. Yep. Yeah, it's a lot, man.
A lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But I still would say, even with naming all those, Friday had a magic of its own.
Yeah, it did.
And had a replay value where you could just keep watching it over and over again and always find something new. And Chris Tucker was so obviously the star.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember how he wasn't even supposed to even get the role. They kind of, I think like
Really?
Faison and like some other people like helped him work on the lines and stuff like that. And it was like, yeah.
What do you mean? He was having a problem with the lines?
Yeah, like originally I don't even think he was going to audition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, what?
Yeah.
It was the
And
best
Faison is
mistake
still
that-
alive.
Who?
Faison Love.
Oh, yeah,
He played Big Worm.
Big Ron.
Yeah.
I even like Face on Love, and he did a cameo in Money Talks.
Oh yeah, in the prison, in the jail scene.
Yeah.
He said, they grab you.
He grabbed me like, was it like this?
He said, what's your shirt off for? He said that was all ad lib, by the way. They just made all that. Yeah, they just
But
made
that's
all that up.
even with Next Friday, which was my first break, with me and Mike Epps at that time, we were young comics and we just ad libbed the whole movie. The only thing that was in that movie that was on the script was the words, "I can't get jiggy with this shit." Everything else that I said with him was all ad lib. And when I even saw the movie, because when they shoot the movie, after the movie is done, they have a cast and crew go watch this movie. And when I watched it, I hated my part. I'm like, because we did so much more funnier things. So much more that I was disappointed in what it chose. I didn't start liking it till when the movie came out. I'll go to the movie theater, sit in the back and see how people react to my scene. And they started to like it, and then slowly the word just started getting around. And that's when I started liking it. But I guarantee you, we did so much more funnier shit than the one they picked.
Like, what was funny in the movie that you did that didn't make the cut?
I won't remember.
You don't remember?
I just knew that when I saw what I saw, I'm like, oh, hell no. I did so much more funnier things. And the thing about it, this is what I conclusion I came up with, okay? The guy that edited this movie is not on set when we shooting this movie. His job is to pick the best angles and the best angles. You know what I mean? I don't think this guy might have a sense of humor. Whoever the editor was. Most of the editors don't have it. This job is to make sure you get the best angle, and when you're dealing with a black audience, we ain't trying to get editing Oscar for the editors. We just want to laugh. And I think, if Ice Cube was in that room was me edited, you would have probably took some other different scenes that we did, because I know we did so much more funny shit.
You don't think Ice Cube sits with the editor? Was Ice Cube the director?
No, he didn't direct the movie.
He was just the producer.
Steve, yeah. It was Steve Carr that directed.
Oh, okay. So I see. So Ice Cube may not have been in the editing bay saying,
I doubt
move
it.
this,
Trust me, if
change
he was
this,
there.
cut here.
Because he did that scene with us, he would remember, like, oh, they did this, Because, I know when I'm shooting, I've shot some little independent movies of mine, but I sit in the editing room because if I wasn't there, I know what the editor's going to do. He's going to find the best angles instead of the best jokes.
Yeah.
Because he's just more just trying to worry about his job. Me, I just want to put something funny out that the crowd going to laugh at,
Was the dashiki, was that in wardrobe, or did you bring your own dashiki?
Well, they knew that I was an African, and the thing about it, when I auditioned for the movie, it wasn't for an African.
Oh.
It was just for an angry guy coming to the store, and I just made it my own. So when they knew, when I went in there and did it in Michael Blackson, when they brought out Dashiki in the wardrobe, like, all right, well, he's African, put the Dashiki on him. It wasn't for an African guy.
Okay.
And it even, and it was just supposed to be like, in fact, the character is called Angry Customer number 1. It didn't even have a real name.
Huh.
Yeah.